Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video, but a bit of a different Paladins video than usual. I'm going to be going over and giving you my quick thoughts on the new Absolution update. I wasn't sure if I was going to make this video because I thought the PTS might be up kind of early, but they said on Twitter a couple hours ago when I'm recording this video that they've had some troubles with Azaan, the new champion, so it's going to be delayed a little bit, so I thought I'd put this video up to tide you over until I have PTS coverage on the channel. So obviously we're going to be getting the new champion, Azaan, the Eternal. He's a frontline, 4,500 health. He doesn't seem to have too many unique parts about him. He seems to be a mixed match of other characters, but obviously that creates some sort of new blend. It does have a very aggressive and interesting kit, though. I'm very much looking forward to playing him. Of course, I'll be making tons of videos on Azaan and all of this stuff in the next week or two, so yeah, like I said, definitely stay tuned. Cards and all that stuff, not going to get too much into it here. He does come with 3 skins though at launch: a recolor, another recolor, and then the golden version. Then it's emotes and of course the event pass for this update, which has a Sati skin and a recolor of the skin, and also one for Tyra, obviously following the sort of, you know, Dark Depths theme. I really do like the pirate sort of sea theme for Paladins. I think it fits quite well. The Sati one isn't really done justice here in the art. The art's not bad, but I think the weapon in-game looks fantastic. Whoever modeled the weapon for Sati on that one did a great job. Then we have a couple sprays, emotes, death stamps, that sort of stuff, updates to Trials of the Realm, which I'm not going to pay any attention to because for some reason I just don't bother doing any of the quests because I'm usually too focused on trying to find stuff for videos, avatars, sprays, limited modes, which are quite fun, but a lot of them aren't really worth a full video, which is why I don't cover that many of them. Then we finally have a Yag skin, which looks also really, really good, specifically the weapon. I think they put a lot of effort into the little pufferfish sort of right click is a very nice touch. Then finally for the skins we have Salt IO, which as you could guess from the name made quite a lot of people rather salty. I don't mind it that much. I think it actually kind of fits IO. It's not my favorite theme for skins by far, but it's solid and definitely appeals to some people. To me at least, it's kind of funny that they're somewhat aware that people were going to have a negative reception to it. They literally called it salt, you know, pepper, so it does kind of go together, but at the same time it's a little bit cheeky. Then we have an announcer pack, Amelia Watson, not a crossover as expecting, but I do remember VTubers playing Paladins a little while ago. Not really that much into VTubers myself, even though the cabinet of anime figures I have behind me would say otherwise. I think the whole Paladins sort of thing happening is really interesting and not something I was expecting, but yeah, Amelia Watson voice back in Paladins. Don't know why I'm realizing just now that these videos are way more fun to film than the ones where I'm like super going in depth on stuff, because I'm just able to touch on something, give it like 2 lines of what I think about it, and then move on. We then have Dan, the Bros avatar set, sprays and stuff, always nice to see. We have some chests, which I'm not really going to pay too much attention to. I check them out when they're in game, roll them if I want to, but don't really ever look at them here, to be honest. And then what a lot of people would call the most important section, the balance, and there's some interesting ones here. We have a nerf to Haven, buff to Veteran, Veteran being the larger of the 2 changes there. I think they really should change the name or the icon of it though, because I know a lot of people, and myself included, just think it's the old one still and don't remember that it's been changed, so maybe they should just name it something else and change the icon, because it does a completely different thing from what it did before. Doesn't really matter too much though, because I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually. Then for Bomb King, he's getting a pretty noticeable buff to the size of his explosions from 11 units to 12.5, pretty hefty increase. Obviously also then buffing raw subjects kind of at the same time. I don't think this was really necessary. I think the servers played a big reason into why BK was underperforming, but I guess we'll see how much this makes a difference. Then Fernando's just getting a text change. Grok is getting a buff to its Spirit's Domain, going from 700 to 750 I think a second, and also will now increase your ammo by 15%. Nice to see. Grok as a healer is going to be a little bit more viable now. Then definitely the biggest balance change in this whole update, Leanne is getting a massive nerf. I feel like this has been coming for a while. People who love Leanne are going to hate this, people who hate Leanne are going to love this, but her valor, her grace, and some of her cards are being pulled down pretty significantly, although I don't know how much of a difference the range reduction is going to make on valor and grace. The card nerfs of inheritance being only triggerable on kills and Swift Jade having an internal timer of 4 seconds is pretty big. I can't really comment too much on it because I haven't had a chance to play it, but it'll be interesting to see a couple weeks after live if this has kind of pulled her more in line. I don't find Leanne to be too annoying most of the time unless I'm up against a really good one, then it's just pain. We really will have to wait and see how much of a difference that makes, but I'd of course have to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Any of the balance stuff, any of the skins, whatever you have to say, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. We then have some changes and nerfs to Ray. So Chain Heal, something that I was actually wanting for a while now, prioritizes targets based on their max health instead of a flat health value, basically just making it feel better so it goes to the right people. The ult's getting a nerf from 100 to 75 so that it's not just kind of a win button a lot of the time. Both of those I think make quite a lot of sense. Then Refreshing Break is getting a nerf. They did say on the patch notes show that it was actually already less effective than it should have been, but it's now going to be even lower than that, so the values are just kind of fixed and lower than they are at least now in live. So getting a little bit of a nerf to the ult gen, and then also a nerf to the Midnight Stroll, kind of the dueling setup that I've shown with Ray a couple times. It's still going to be pretty strong because it's going to be 20% at level 5 instead of 25%, but yeah, definitely brings it a little bit more in line because it was just a tiny bit too good. Then finally, a buff to Charlene's Q. I feel like this one's been warranted for a while. The movement speed penalty is being put down to 10%, so pretty much cut in half, so you're a little bit faster moving around, and the damage has been upped a little bit on it. And then also a nerf to Vatu, which I really wasn't expecting. I don't know how he's doing in ranked and like the high skill sort of area, but in casual, I feel like he struggles, and they've pulled him down again. They nerfed him once, I was confused, they've nerfed him again, and I'm still confused. Even though the nerfs this time aren't massive, he's essentially had his enveloping shadows cut down from 15 to 10, and his kunai are now going from 300 to 280, and a few other nerfs he's had as well. I feel like his talents are a little bit all over the place at the moment, and he could do with being refined a tad, but we've had like 2 characters now since him, so I wonder when that'll happen. Really would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that, of course, and anything, like I said, in the update. Then we just have bug fixes. So that was a quick overview and my quick thoughts, I suppose, on the Absolution update and the release of Azaan. Of course, I'll have a ton of videos on the way as soon as the public test server is available, but I'm not really in a crazy rush to get to it. It will come up whenever it comes up and it's ready. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know where you want to see me do next. If you want to see me do more videos like this, which I think I will, sort of like hype up and kind of semi-update videos, let me know. I'll see you all really, really soon. And as always, stay frosty.